Welcome back. Welcome back to the automobile lecture. Now here we'll learn the construction and working of gearbox and understand the different types of gearbox. Up till now we have discussed the different types of gearbox wherein we can vary the torque. But this is somewhat different type of gearbox which is called the differential gearbox. Now this differential gearbox is installed at the for rear wheel where the power is transmitted to both the wheels. These both shafts are called half shafts. These both shafts called half shaft. Now, how is the construction? Construction of this differential is the power is given or the power is taken from the propeller shaft. There is a wheel, this crown wheel, and to this wheel two small pinions are attached, and these are the two shafts to which wheels are attached at the end. Now why the differential is necessary for the vehicle? Because when vehicle is moving straight ahead, when two wheels are moving at the same speed, then this differential will not be needed, or the differential will move all as a whole body. Differential will move as a whole body. But when the vehicle is taking turn either right or left, the inner wheel has to rotate less with less rpm than the outer wheel. Now how this is achieved? How this is achieved automatically? See here. Here the same differential is shown. Now here this is the big, this is called crown wheel. This is called crown wheel. This is the crown wheel. This crown wheel is installed on the bearings on this half shaft on this. So when this crown wheel rotates, it doesn't mean that this shaft will rotate. Shaft is independent. Now this is fixed. Now these are the sun gears. Which are the sun gears? These are the sun gears which are attached to your half shaft, this green and this blue. Now these are the planet pinions 1 and 2. Which are planet pinions? This red, these two red are the planet pinion. They are just fitted on the bearing. These are planet pinion. And this center is called as cross spider, wherein here there is no continuous shaft, but this is spider. This and these 2 points are called as cage. This spider or the cross pin, this is the cage. This is the cage. Now this cage is attached to your crown wheel. See, this is the crown wheel and cage is attached to your crown wheel. As this bevel pinion will transfer your power in the 90 degree. So bevel pinion rotates, the crown wheel also rotates. Now when crown wheel rotates, when the vehicle is moving straight ahead, then this green wheel and this blue, these both sun wheels are moving. These both the sun wheels are moving, then these red wheels will get locked. See here, observe this figure. This is also moving, this is also moving. Suppose let wait for some time, this is also moving, this is all, then these red wheels will get locked. They will not move. But if suppose you stop one wheel by applying a brake, or suppose one will get fixed in somewhere, then if one wheel will stop, then these red wheels, this planet pinion, will start rolling on the wheel which is not rotating. See, these planet pinions are rolling and they supply power to your wheel which is rotating. Now why we need this? We need this because the outer wheel needs more rpm than the inner wheel. Suppose imagine that this inner wheel we have completely locked with the help of brake. Now still the vehicle will rotate with the center of this center, with some center, but inner wheel will lock, and the outer wheel will be supplied with a rpm in this manner. See, suppose this is lock, still the power is given to, the total power is given to your inner wheel. Now this is, what is this, it doesn't mean that every time you need to stop the wheel. It may happen that the inner wheel get some resistance, because when the vehicle is taking a turn, the inner wheel has a resistance, more resistance to move than the outer wheel, because outer wheel is somewhat away from the center, but the inner wheel has a resistance. So due to the resistance, it takes less rpm than the outer wheel. So outer wheel will rotate at maximum greater rpm than the inner wheel. This is the automatic mechanism. If the differential will not be available in the vehicle cannot move, or the vehicle cannot take a turn. Always we have to move the vehicle in a straight line. Otherwise, in a speed, if you take a turn, if the both the wheels are moving at a similar speed, vehicle may topple. So differential is very important gearbox of the vehicle. These are the parts of the differential. Here also you can see how the differential work. So sometimes these planet pinion, these red color planet pinions are more. Four planet pinion can be installed depending on the load carrying capacity of the differential gearbox. In case of truck, you will find that there are four planet pinion, because they have to rotate, the axle, this axle. On this axle, two wheels are attached, this green and this blue, two wheels are attached, so they have to rotate the axle. So this completely rotates. Now you can again observe the cage, spider may be continuous, maybe like this, spider may be continuous, maybe like this, only wheels are attached. Sun gears are attached to your half shaft. These are the half shaft. Here is the rear axle. You can observe any one of the figure. Here also same figure is shown. I have shown too many figures. Here the same mechanism is shown. These are the shafts. If one stops, then another will rotate at the another rpm. So this is about the differential gearbox. This differential gearbox is available in every vehicle. Now sometimes it is necessary to lock the differential, because every time you do not you cannot run with differential, because see, suppose take a case that your both the rear wheels are stuck up in a mud, or any say the sand. Then at that time, if one wheel if wheels one wheel will they will if the power is the differential will supply power to one wheel, then one wheel will rotate, the another wheel will not rotate, which is fixed, will not rotate. But if you want to remove the vehicle from that position, then you can lock this system is provided particularly in a vehicle which are working off-road conditions, say tractors, particularly for tractors, or you may call that four-wheel jeeps which are working on the in the Sahara region, or working in Rajasthan region, where the four-wheel drive is required. Now this, what happens, because of this lever, if you operate this lever, this total mechanism will get locked. Now total power, whatever the power coming from the engine, will be given to both the shafts, this shaft and this shaft at a time, so that the vehicle, which is the power required to remove the vehicle from that situation, will be supplied similarly to the both the wheels. Here also you can observe the mechanism where the locking is provided. Such type of balls and locking can be provided. This is automated mechanism. Here you can clearly see, if you operate this will lock it, but the care should be taken that after completion of work you must remove your lock, otherwise while taking the turn the vehicle may get toppled. So that is the very important instruction given while operating the differential lock. So differential lock means locking the differential process. That is the differential lock. Now coming to the rear axle. Rear axle. You can observe here how the rear axle is operating. Rear axle means this axle half shaft and this half shaft. Here is the differential. This is the propeller shaft giving power to this differential. Now differential, just we have discussed the differential giving power to your both the wheels. Now how these wheels are. Now what is this rear axle? Rear axle where the wheel is attached. If the wheel is attached at the end, then it is full floating. It is full floating. Full floating means wheel is attached on your casing. This blue color casing is there. Wheel is attached on your casing. Full floating. See the here also. It is attached. So bearings are installed on the upper side of this casing. So only shaft is coming from inside and it rotating your wheel. So if you remove the wheel, the shaft will also come out. This shaft will also come out. So bearings are above the casing, then it is full floating. If semi floating, in case of semi floating, the bearings are installed on the shaft inside the casing. Casing means this blue color casing. Inside the casing, shaft is coming out from this inside the casing. This is semi floating axle. And three-quarter floating means the some portion is installed on the upper side of the casing. Some portion is here full floating, three-quarter floating and semi floating. Semi floating, full floating. This is semi floating internally, where full floating is outer. Now what is the effect of this? The effect of is that the load carrying capacity and the load distribution capacity of the vehicles, when the weight supported by the axle and axle subjected to both bending and torque, then semi floating is used. In the heavy vehicles, mostly full floating axles are used, so that whatever the load is there, that total load will be taken by this blue color casing, so that the weight can be sustained by the vehicle and the suspension will work properly. Weight supported entirely by housing, full floating, and axle shafts subjected only the torque entirely by the housing. Total weight is taken only. This is the function of the shaft is to rotate. Now here the axle shaft subjected only to torque except when rounding turns or both road that are not level. So this type of, now three-quarter floating, such type of arrangement is used in the medium type of vehicles. Now this type of arrangement is used in the small cars, because this fully floating and bearing and all those things, it increases the cost, and this much heavy structure is not needed for the small cars. So for the small cars we are using semi floating type of axles, whereas the medium vehicles like Tata 407 or the L&T Dost, like that vehicles, the three-quarter floating is provided, and whereas trucks and buses will use full floating axle, so that the maintenance cost will be reduced and our purpose of carrying the load can be served. So such type of axles are used in the vehicle for the rear side, for the rear axle. So this is about the differential and different types of rear axles. These rear axles are very important as per as maintenance point of view. So friends, we stop here. Hope you understand this. Thank you for watching.